Right, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Speed Force Racing tonight. And as you can probably tell, I'm doing the comms tonight for the first time in few months? Not even that. Yeah, I'm partnered up tonight with my good friend Jamie. Yes, Jamie and Oliver are back together. With the roles reversed. And we have got a very entertaining race tonight. We have got a championship fight still roaring on here in Division 3. Not to mention, in fact, probably another champion on the cards. Jamie, how do you feel about tonight?
Well, it should go Papelli's way considering the results he's had tonight as well. In the last few races, 6 wins and 12 podiums. Well, Papelli has fantastic streak. Can you hear me? Did I just repeat myself? I was speaking before.
I think you'll be all right. I think you'll be all right if you can check on the stream, which I have. It's now live on SFR's channel, and you can probably tell actually on the channel we are on 699 subscribers now. One more away for the big 700. So if you do like the content and like the racing that we do, the racing each 3 days of the week, please make sure to like and subscribe, and make sure you smash that like button, because this contest is happening every week and every Monday to Wednesday. As you can see, Pebelli locking up into that hairpin turn. I think there's so much more pressure going on his shoulders tonight. He's got a mathematical chance of getting that championship tonight. It's going to be so interesting to see how he gets on as he heads towards Spoon Corner. And I'll tell you what, all eyes will be all on him tonight. He knows that. And how does he feel about this? How does he know about this? If you're in right now, Jamie, in his shoes, how do you feel about his shoulders tonight? Is he feeling that pressure?
Well, if it was closer in the championship, it would definitely feel that pressure because he's got such a large margin over the rest of the field. He knows his task is to try and keep it nice and clean and finish in the best possible result as well. That's what's got him the best result at the top of the time machines, because his consistency has been on form as well in the past few races. He's always stealing races towards the end. He's finding a way to be up there towards the end of the Grand Prix. Even if things don't go his way, others in front of him might prevail, and we'll see what happens on his lap time. Then he's coming through turn 2 now, sweeping around in turn 2 in 4th gear, back the floor, flat out through these S-type of corners. Be very careful as well not to touch the curves on the inside. You can see him just lifting off there, balancing the throttle and the engine braking too as we head through Dunlop Corner. Can be a very difficult corner, especially if you went out too wide there. Ask Logan Sargent back in 2023 as we now flick our way towards the 50-meter pole, carried a lot of speed. Then we brake towards the second deck, flirting with the channel limits on the exit of the corner too, as Papelli makes his way down towards the hairpin now into 3rd gear. You don't want to really take a tight apex through there, because you want to get a good run on the exit to try and get yourself on the straight as quick as possible, get a good run out, try and maximise all your time. And now we're approaching Spoon Corner, where Sebastian Vettel and Max Verstappen made contact in 2018 when it spun Vettel around, and now we're making our way out of the corner. You want to use all the curb on the outside too. You want to get a good run through speed, because it can be a very difficult corner, fast flowing corner. You don't want to make too many adjustments on the steering as we make our way towards the end. And I'm set to 12.2 as we now head out towards 130 off, flat out as we come towards the triumphant chicane. His teammates about to cross the line with a third 29.1. Papelli negotiates the chicane really well. Here comes McLaren, goes up into 2nd place, 8 tenths away. Papelli now comes towards the line at 29.1.
And as you were going through that lad, Jamie, which is very kind of you to do so, we have got our 700th subscriber in Speed Force Race. We hit the big 700. Massive congratulations to every single one of you for watching. As Staniek now puts in a 28.9 in his Mercedes. And also, another thing as well, Jamie, we have got, 2 father and son battles tonight? I think, to say the least, I'm trying to remember who they were. I think Dan's notified us about this. So yes, you got 2 father and son battle. It's Vika and Gaz, and Brass Monkey and Redoubts are two father and sons are fighting out here in Japan tonight. Let's have a look at some of the drivers on their laps. Let's have a look at the Vika himself, who's currently on the validation. Halvor in validation. How about this guy, Sofanico? I think that's what he called his name, Sofanico. Yeah, Sofanico in the Aston Martin. Let's see how he does through Spoon. Goes right through this right-hander, stay close to the apex. Now control Spoon. Nicely done, nice and neat and tidy. Needs to be a little bit more tight to the apex there, but it's all good as he's using the ERS now to his advantage. And as you can probably see, he's got another car in front of him. That's going to help him out just slightly with the toe. And now swings through 130R, brings the car to the outside of the track. Now breaks to the 50-meter board, clips that right part of the apex, clips the second. Now he can launch all that power towards the line. It's going to be a 129, not even that, 30.1, puts him into 8th place. I think we all agree, Jamie, that Japan is a massive driver circuit. Everyone loves it around here. What makes Japan so special with the drivers?
Apparently they can't hear me, so let me just adjust my audio settings there because I'm usually the main commentator. So I don't have my...
No, it's fine.
Dan says you can't hear me.
No worries, you saw that out there. So, yeah, what makes Japan so special is basically the flowing nature of the circuit. It got so many good flowing corners, especially the sector 1 in the S's, which is absolutely incredible. And not to mention the fact you got sector 3 as well with Spoon and 130R, the chicane. Now comes 130R now with the Vicar. There's a 1:12 there in the second sector. Now finally breaking on now towards the final chicane. Clips the first, rides the second, rides stays tight to the wall there on the right hand side. He'll go to P8 there for SFR. The Vickers on his second run. Is Halvor doing another run? Nope, he's gone into the pits. So let's have a look at anyone else on the lap. Billy G is out there, but he's not doing another run. He's not flying. How's Mad G coming on? Not doing much for my answer. Vickers already done his run. Doran's on a flying lap. Jamie, if you could try and speak.
Hello. I think they can't hear me on the stream, but I'll find out with Energy Dan. Let me just
Dan has confirmed. Dan said he can hear you.
Oh, so I'm on board with Doran. I think you probably said that. He's a 10th up in the middle sector, so he's now flicking his way towards 130R. Quite low on the fuel. He's only done one lap on these sets of compound side, so he's going for an extra one. As he makes his way down towards chicane, he goes. Let's see how it takes. This can be very difficult as well, especially the exit where it catches a lot of people out. There used to be a bump there in the older games, caught me out a lot. As he comes towards the line, it's only P5 for him in the Red Bull. But I expect those times to be quicker because obviously the track will evolve. The drivers will get more confident too with a brand new set of soft compound tyres. So we'll see if Doran can progress his way further up the field. But our championship rivals all up there, especially Mr. Wiggles and Doran as well. Remember that battle for second is so close as well. Let's not forget that. You've got Mr. Wiggles, Doran, and the V-Car fighting for second, third, and fourth, and there's only 1 point that separates second and fourth. So it's all to play for. Maybe those guys are not thinking about the championship that much because it's out of sync, unless Pirelli has major problems in the next couple of races like Verstappen and Lando Norris. Norris is just hoping that Verstappen has loads of DNFs, but in this scenario here, they're just hoping that second place they could get.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think when it turns to the championship in IRL, it's pretty much all set in stone now. It's all down to Max Verstappen, really, what he does in Las Vegas. Now, on board with John now. He's going through the Degners. I find the Degners absolutely tricky, especially the second one, because you're coming at such high speed, and then you've got to slow the car down to 4th gear, not even that, 3rd gear, just to get the car around. It's such a difficult corner, and that hairpin as well. I usually call it Kimura Kobayashi corner because how Kimura Kobayashi makes overtakes around that corner, especially what he did in 2011. Unbelievable scenes he did. John now comes towards Spoon corner, a little bit wide from on the exit of the first bit. Much more better for the second. It is tears that McLaren as far as he can possibly go now towards the final part of the course. It's going to be a 1:13, or not even that, 1:12.5. It's a purple second sector and his personal best. Now, towards the final part, he's got a Red Bull in front of him, but it shouldn't cause him no problems. As you can probably see, there he is. And John now comes towards the line. It's a 1:29.3, right behind his teammate of Reed Doughts, the father and son team, that is. And also, there's another, like I said before, is Vicar and Mad G. Let's have a look checking on Simo, because see how she's getting on. Haven't seen much of her as yet, but we're checking in on her, see how she's getting on towards the first couple of Degners. Koto's Degner 1 now, so a little bit weird on the entry, a bit more of a bit on the track there, but she's beyond more on the left-hand side. Now towards this hairpin corner. Now launches the Ferrari out of it, so pretty good on on her part. Now towards Spoon Corner. Staniak improves his time, by the way, of a 128.5, extending his advantage on Pabelli, but I don't think Pabelli is not at all bothered about that. He's concentrated about more about his rivals or his position on the grid, because it's his to lose this championship. Simmer now towards 130R. She's a little bit slower than her previous time, doing not too bad at the moment. Hard on the brakes now towards the chicane. Clears the first one. Little bit out of shape on both of them, but she's got it well controlled and into the pits. I'll tell you what, Staniak, Jamie, is absolutely flying tonight.
Yeah, like he was at the Austrian Grand Prix, he showed tremendous pace, but I don't know if you watched Austria, the two Mercedes got themselves in an inter-team battle, unfortunately at the wrong time. Both of them could have had a 1-2, but they spent so much time fighting themselves, it cost them, and they picked up penalties with the amount of scraps they had as well. So I think that the Mercedes will learn tonight. So Mercedes 1-2, by the way, with Chris in second place. I really hope that these two Mercedes drivers work well together tonight, because they need the points. It's a Mercedes 1-2 and a Haas 3-4. Mercedes are currently P4 in the Constructors Championship, fighting with Red Bull. So if they continue like this, Mercedes,
big Chris P go for a spin. There, off he goes at the S's. Not too bad on him. At least he just finished his lap, so that's it. That's all fine on his part. Let's have a look at Press Monkey. Or Monkeys, you want to call his name. He's a little bit slower, 9/10 down. Let's hope he is pushing. Doesn't look like it, doesn't it? So let's have a look at Billy G. He's on an advantage. Like Gogs, well, Gogs is being Gogs. He's just not taking part. Is anyone else on the lap? So Mr. Wiggles about to start his lap. Let's see if he can improve. He needs, 5/10 to get past Mitra Deer. So off he goes now, launching the Alpine, and off he goes in the Alpine car. 5 minutes off and running. Daniel said drivers are reporting rain in the race. Another wet race probably for the Division 3 guys. I tell you what, they had a history of wet races at the moment, these Division 3 people. They feel sorry for them at this rate. But here we go. Mr. Wiggles flying through the S's. This is a lovely session of corners if you get them right. Into the final part. Absolutely flat out. You can literally get this car all the beans down towards the Degners. Nice and tight through that for that left-hander. This is 4/10 quicker. It's a good start from Mr. Wiggles. Now a little bit one of the second Degner, but it's looking pretty okay at the moment. Now towards this hairpin turn. Now hard on the brakes. Now enters the car. Exits the car beautifully out of the hairpin. Towards Spoon Corner now, underneath the Workday sign. Yeah, Workday and F1, big massive partners, just like them at Kit Kat. Anyways, Mr. Wiggles, nice and tight the second part of Spoon. Nice and done on the exit, no, not taking the curve at all. Now staying to the left side, through the kink. Absolute hell for leather over the bridge. He's lost a bit of time, lost a 10th in that second sector. He's got to make it all back. Now hard on the brakes now towards this final couple of corners. And now the last corner. He needs to control that power. Here he comes down towards the line. Is it going to be improving? No, it's not. He's lost time again. So Mr. Wiggles struggling.
Yeah, the first sector looked mighty, but throughout the course of the lap, the second and last sector, he just lost a lot of time there. I'm not quite sure what the reason was, but I did notice on his steering wheel that he was quite low on the batteries, so he must have derated all the way down towards the final few corners and cost him a lot of time. 5/10 up, and unfortunately losing it in the second and last sector. With no obvious mistakes, although he did have a moment coming out of the second digger there. So there's plenty of lap times we found by Mr. Wiggles if he could save his battery and use it in the right place at the right time. The top four are in the pit lane. Mr. Doran is currently on a lap time in the Red Bull then as he makes his way towards the end of this middle sector here. Let's see what the time is going to be. A 2/10 up in the middle sector for Doran, but I think he might go up to P5 depending if he can find more time in the last sector. Prev 1 now has joined the session, so 18 drivers it will be as we come out of the final two corners here. As we make our way towards the line, what's it going to be for Doran? He goes up into P5, displaces Mr. Wiggles, and crucially, he's ahead of his championship rival there for the all-important fight for second place. I think realistically the championship is in Pabelli's hands, but the only way it could go wrong for him if he literally DNFs in every single race. The V car goes up into P7 in the Alpine there, just behind Wiggles and Doran. The trio scrapping away for P2, but in the constructors it's looking very spicy there, because even though that Pabelli has a big lead over the Alpines, over to Mr. Wiggles, sorry, the V car, the constructors is very tight. There's only about 21 points separated Haas and Alpine. So Alpine has got the upper hand. Well, Haas has got the upper hand, but Alpine are closing in so far. So can Alpine, instead of taking the Drivers' Championship, think about taking the Constructors? Because I know Michadia has been struggling in the last few races. He's the only one that hasn't got a win so far inside the top 5 in the championship. So he's looking for his first win of the season. He's picked up 3 podiums, but overall, he's been finishing inside the top 10. Not too bad for him. So we'll see then how it goes with Michadia. Can he get his first win, or will he be prioritising his teammate to help him up to the championship? Both Hasses are currently on our lap so far.
It's going to be interesting to find out how those two will actually plan this out together. Simo got the car at the wrong moment there. That was Prep 1 just coming out of the pits there and putting Simo off a little bit. Not too much, but that was pretty lucky. That's Prep 1 got out of the way just in a nick amount of time. I don't think Simo's lost too much out of that. But here we go. Now Simo's backed off. So it looks like it's going to be another warm-up for Simo. We've got a comment for you, Jamie, actually, from Murphy. We hear you, Indigo. There may be some maybe have wet setups, says Murphy. That's for you.
Not quite sure what you want me to do with that comment. Let me go just check. Billy G has retired, so that's it for him. We hear you, Indigo. Then some maybe have wet setups. Yeah, we'll see if they have wet setups or not. I never use wet setups. I usually go for the dry ones indeed, but that's probably the wrong thing to do. But yeah, we'll see if how much it affects the race. But Papelli is on a lap time. So is Michadia. They're both coming to the first sector. We're going down towards the hairpin, as you name it. The Kamui Kobayashi corner. That was a fantastic move he did on the people back in 2012. And he got a podium as well. His one and only podium in the Sauber. Sauber had an amazing season because Perez picked up 3 podiums and Kobayashi won. So that's very crucial for the Sauber team that has been struggling in the last few seasons. But here in 2024, Sauber are dead last in the championship. Both their drivers leaving, Valtteri Bottas and Joe Guan Yu, with Nico Hülkenberg and Gabriel Bortoleto filling in for that Sauber seat. But Papelli in the Haas comes towards the end of the sector, 1/10 up, and this could put him in second place though. But can he find more time in the final 2 corners? Can he attack these corners, get a good run out of them? Let's see, then takes it in second gear, upshifted to third gear, then back on the throttle towards the car, is straightened up, not really taking the tyre slide through there, which he is right now as he makes his way towards the line. Still P3, but he did lose a bit of time in the final 2 corners. Michadia is 1.5 seconds down, so he did back off his lap, but he's going for another lap time. 15 seconds left to go in this qualifying session. Is anybody out there improving? Chris is a few hundreds up in the first sector. Elsewhere, I think Mr. Wiggles is coming towards the end of the sector. His teammate, the V car, has retired in the pit lane. Not retired, but he's not going to go for the lap time because qualifying's done and dusted. So that's him done, as Havlar is up into P10. Mr. Wiggles is down in the sector. Remember, he did lose a lot of time on his last lap time in the final sector. So can he make it back up? How is he getting nice and clean this time? We're about to find out. As the DRS is enabled, he stays in P6, but doesn't improve, unfortunately, for him. So that lap time there, his first lap timer was the best. But Michadia is still on a lap time. I think we've got Mercedes coming towards the line now. Let's have a look to see who that is. I think it's Chris in the other Mercedes. It's a few hundreds up in the first sector. Nobody is matching Stank in the Mercedes there. He has pulled away from the rest of the field, unable to catch up. Chris is in the pit lane, and that is it. What about Stank? Stank is coming towards the end of the sector. I'm not quite sure if he's on the lap time. I think he is coming towards the final 2 corners now. Let's see if this man can improve his lap time. Look at that. Nice use of the curve there as we make our way towards the line for Stank. Has he improved? The answer is no, but he stays on pole.
I tell you what, look at this. The Haas boys, they were towing each other. Michadia had a purple second sector, but he's backed off. So that's the Haas's race is done. I think that might be it. It is. So it's going to Mercedes 1, 2, Haas 3 and 4. Is it going to be a repeat of Austria, or is it not? So that is it for qualifying. Well done to Stanky Chris with Pro. The Mercs have got it, but Probelli and Michadia are lying in wait. Halvor just gets out there into P6 there. Well done on him there. Great lap from Halvor, pushing Mr. Wiggles down. So that's both Alpines. 7 to 8. Sovniko is in P9. Ridout and John Mobes are 10-11. Maggi at 12. Billy G 13. Preb 1 14th. Silver Fox 15th. Brass Monkeys is in 16th. Simo in 17th, Gogs in his hometown in 18th.
And also, I got some information on Michadia. So the reason why he backed off, despite setting a 2 and a bit tenths up in the middle set, so that could have put him into P2 potentially. The reason why he backed off is because he ran out of fuel towards the end as well. He didn't have the fuel left to try and go towards the end. So that's why he backed off there. Unfortunately, because he's picking up a nice tow from his teammates. So both houses working together, but unfortunately, they could not outperform the Mercedes or get ahead of one of them. So there are your standings, Oliver, if you want to read them out.
Yeah, no worries, I can. So Stank in P1, Big Chris Big Pro in 2, Probelli 3, Metrodia 4, Doran 5, Halvord 6, Mr. Wiggle 7, Vicar 8, so Finico 9, Vidal's 10th, Momes in 11, Mad G in 12th, Billy G in 13th, Prev 1 in 14th, Silver Fox 15th, Brass Monkeys in 16th, Simo in 17th, Monkey 16th, Simo in 17th, Gogs in P18. Just got there within 20 seconds. Oh my word, that was mad. Okay, so now here we go. Main race time. Is Probelli going to steal the championship here tonight? All the stuff. Oh my word, that is heavy rain. Torrential downpour in Japan. It's happened again. Poor old Division 3 once again in the wet. I swear they're having this to them on purpose. I swear they do. So it's the 10th race in the wet. That's half of their season in the wet. So it's going to be unfortunate for them too. Well, for them lot, to say the least, because I am having to find Division 2 in the dry. That might change tomorrow. So, since it's a wet race, how are they gonna take this approach now, Jay? Because Japan, it's a fantastic circuit, but the curbs can be lethal around here.
Yeah, exactly. Even in the dry, the curves can be lethal too. So the best thing is to stay away from the curves at all times there. Try not to mount the curves or even kiss the apex or the entries towards them as well. So you can be very careful how you approach this. But I think it's going to be about all the first lap, because obviously the first lap you can make up the most positions or lose the positions as well. So there's no DRS enabled, of course, in the wet weather conditions. We haven't had a wet race in Japan since 2022, I believe it was, where Verstappen won his championship ahead of Perez and Leclerc. I believe Leclerc got a 5-second time penalty after the race, because it was announced shortly that Leclerc got a 5-second time penalty, and Max Verstappen did enough to clinch the World Championship. I think he won his second championship after winning his first one in 2021, of course. And it wasn't really much of a celebration for Verstappen, because we didn't really know what happened there. He didn't really feel like he... Yeah, it wasn't the moment for, unfortunately. But yeah, Johnny Herbert didn't help either when he didn't really show much enthusiasm when Max Verstappen won the championship. I know there's been a lot of controversy recently in terms of the British media, and I completely agree. Even though I'm a Brit myself, I still completely agree about the British media, because they're just showing their true colours, really. But what can I say about that one? Nothing much. But I know Damon Hill has been removed from Sky Sports F1 finally. I know F1 TV comms are much better than Sky Sports F1. I really do enjoy the F1 commentary, but better than Sky Sports.
Yeah, definitely. But that's something we can't. That's the thing with F1 TV. I do like watching F1 TV. Don't get me wrong, but I don't know how to watch, the live coverage, which is a bit of a shame, because I do have F1 TV, but I just don't know how to watch the live coverage. So if someone can reach me out to that, would be great. But Mansell, fair play to him. He has worked out the simple permutations for this. If Probelli wins, I believe Vicker and Wiggles cannot fish any lower than P4. So that's pretty much simple said and done. So right now, Probelli is in that top 4 spots in P3. So right now, all you need to do is just drive safely, not making any sort of mistakes. But then again, this is the Japanese Grand Prix. Anything could happen. Anything can happen through here. Mansell will keep us updated while the race goes on. Thank you so much. That would be fantastic if you do. So, in terms of Mercedes, you just touched on this before, Jamie, about them had a little bit of a scrap at the wrong moment. How are they going to plan out today? Are they going to scrap it out, or are they actually going to play it sensible and play the team game in the early laps?
Well, I'd say play the team game in the early laps. You don't want to fight too hard, especially the early laps. You got all or nothing. But at the same time, I say whoever gets first in the first corner, then let each other just follow each other before the end of the race. Not the end of it, but like in the midway part of the Grand Prix. Who's quickest in the first part, then just try and drag each other along in the Solution DRS. Well, obviously no DRS on this particular part, but as usual, if it was to dry conditions, Mercedes have the upper hand and try and play safely in first and second with Haas in third and fourth. But yeah, in the wet conditions, it's so difficult, and we'll see which one of these two have the wet weather skills to overcome the wet weather around here as well. We saw a fantastic battle as well with Sebastian Vettel and Fernando Alonso. I think Vettel's last year in Formula 1 had a fantastic scrap with Alonso and just outclassed him once again to finish, I think, in 7th place. But yeah, we see some fantastic battles in the rain. Lewis Hamilton and Nico Rosberg back in 2014 when they went side by side on the straight. Lewis Hamilton just overtook Rosberg to win that 2014 Japanese Grand Prix, but all the drivers then line up in the grid. I presume they're all on the wet weather tyres, which is barely used in F1 itself because it looks like the Inters are the way to go now.
Oh, don't even get me started. Let's not talk about that, the better. Anyways, here we go. All 18 drivers. Gogs is about to line up onto this spot. Here we go. Are you ready for this? The main event, the 18 drivers are lining up now. It is round 21 of the season. Here we go. This is it. And Simo gets a drive through for jumping to start and lights out, and we're underway here in Japan. It's a great start by Pirelli in the 3rd place position in the Haas, jumping Crispy Pro at the start, and Mentradia was trying to get past it, but no can do. But here we go now. All the drivers are now filing through the first couple of turns. They need to stay out of trouble in the first 30 laps. Now, as you can see, Stank is leading the Grand Prix already, and as for Pirelli, Dream Star as Redoubt is getting swamped in the McLaren. He's getting pinched there by Brass Monkeys at the back there, and look at Gogs trying to go around the outside. Not gonna happen. Then the Red Bull on Billy G's getting shoved out of the way by the Ferrari of Simo, but he gets a drive out of that turn. But there was a big twitch there from the Williams. I think that was Mad G there that had the massive twitch, and he gets past Prev 1 there with a fantastic move into the Deckners. Now they're all filing through now. They're all in single file towards this. Oh, and there's a big mistake there in the Williams. Oh. I think that's Brass Monkeys, and it is. Brass Monkeys had a massive error, and he's gone, and then Simo got all out of shape after the start, and that is unfortunate there for those lots. But wow, Pirelli had a good start, but looks like Crispy Pro has gone back past it, so the Mercedes are back into the 1-2 position, and Haas are back to 3-4. Good start there for Pirelli, but looks like they'd lost out to beat Crispy Pro at the start.
Wow, that was a good race indeed, the first lap. A lot of people, you could just see them fighting so much with the car. They were just squirming away, especially in the first sector. They're trying to test out the limits of this circuit here. They didn't have any practice, I don't think, in the practice session they had earlier on in the wet conditions. But now we're all settling in with Stank in first place. I got some news on the V car. He dropped away 3 places because he made contact on the back. I think Doran going down to turn 2 almost spun the car but recollected it. I was able to get going once again. John Mobes is looking for a way past Doran, who's lost 3 places at the opening laps of this Grand Prix here as we file our way down towards turn 1 and turn 2 as they still remain in formation. But you can see that Michelin Dia looks like he's faster than his Haas teammate, but although Prev 1 Michelin Dia let his teammate go to catch up towards the top 2, but he's not able to close that gap down. So the top 2 remain as they are. Pirelli got a better start, but Chris Big Pro was able to get himself back ahead of the Haas man. Now putting pressure on his teammate first and second there. How are Mercedes going to play it out? Last time out, they could have got a 1-2, but they ended up finishing up in 4th and 5th because they tripped over themselves. In the background, Michelin Dia lost the car at Degner 1. Here comes Mr. Wiggles now, side by side with the Haas man, but the Haas gets a better exit using overtake to stay ahead, which he does do. Here comes the Sauber of Havlar going up the inside, just late on the brakes, let the brake pedal go to try and get up the inside. But let's see then, Havlar is up into P5 now, so Mr. Wiggles was attacking, but unfortunately lost the place towards the Sauber driver who puts himself into 5th place there. But the Mercedes, the top 2, are super close there. What are they going to do?
At the moment, Mad G and Preb 1 are fighting good into Spoon. Should be Mad G to take the place. But look at this for fair racing. These two very close to each other. Mad G gets ahead and just ahead of Preb 1. Very good work there. But look at that. As I'm saying that, here comes Gogs down to the inside of Preb 1, and he takes the position away from so he moves up to P12 now from his favourite position in P18 there. So not doing too bad on his behalf. Is there all of the brakes there? I'm going to look at the Mercedes boys because I think there's a fight for the lead, and they're in side by side between the Mercs. This is not what they needed to do, but they don't care anyway. Then they come down the inside. Is Crispy Pro past his teammate of Stank and the way it goes as Mitra Dia now is under pressure for Mr. Wiggles, and turn 2, Mr. Wiggles gets past him. But Murphy did put in a comment, which is really interesting. She has reliable sources that the Mercedes drivers are not speaking in terms with each other. Is there bad blood between the Mercedes drivers? I wonder there, Jamie.
I definitely saw that last week because even though it was Chris who had a 3-second time penalty, Stank did not have one. It was a Mercedes 1-2. Chris Big Pro sent it up the inside in turn 3 from a long way back, forced his teammate to go out wide, and they were just not playing the cards right there. They were just continuously scrapping away, which they're obliged to do, of course. You can work it either way. But in terms of positioning, they didn't position it right, and they lost the lead, I think, towards Mr. Wiggles, who was involved in that scrap as well. So the Mercedes could have got a 1-2, then Stank, unfortunately, lost the lead because he picked himself up a 3-second penalty on the last lap, which cost him the race win. But this time it's the Mercedes 1-2. Last time out, it was Havlar, the man that won the Austrian Grand Prix, and look at him, started in 6th place, he's got some tremendous pace, and now putting pressure on Probelli, the championship leader. But I don't think Probelli will care too much because he knows that his main target tonight is to finish ahead of his championship rivals. The V car's in 10th, Mr. Wiggles is in 5th behind him, and also Doran's in P8. But here comes Havlar now. Let's see, look at the speed he's got on the 130R corner as we make our way down towards the hip. Here we go. He's not going to go down the inside. As you can see, Probelli defends, but Mr. Wiggles is right behind him. Probelli looks like he's struggling there. Didn't get the run out of the final corner. Look at Havlar picking up the throttle quickly. Much more quicker than the Haasman. Now he's side by side. Is he going to do what he did to Mitchell Andia? No, he's not. He's going to settle in for the time being. Pick up the toe, but here he is. It's almost the impress on the straight. Havlar's going to go down the inside. He doesn't, but Probelli stays there around the outside. He hangs on to 3rd place there. Great defence from Probelli as Mr. Wiggles is also trying to get involved. But Mitchell Andia, on the last lap, he lost 5th place, 4th place towards Havlar. The Mr. Wiggles got down the inside of him because he got put offline into turn 1 and turn 2. That's why Mr. Wiggles is up to P5 now. Look at that. Probelli is stretched away. So has Probelli found some confidence? Has Havlar struggling just a bit there as he's under massive pressure from Mr. Wiggles behind and Mitchell Andia too? But Chris is putting away. Oh, look at that. Mr. Wiggles almost lost it even before Degner won there. That's a very strange place to lose it indeed. But gets the car going once again. So they're all squirming away, fighting for grip, fighting for traction, just testing out where the track limits are in this Grand Prix.
Oh, and look at that, Mitchell Deere almost hitting the back there of Mr. Wiggles. But look at Crispy Pro, two seconds already ahead of his teammate. So Crispy Pro is feeling very, very comfortable in these tricky conditions. Probelli is just coasting out there in 30s. He's feeling not pressured at the moment. Halvor was putting pressure on him. But can I just mention, how did all of them not make contact at that corner there in turn 1? Very good driving from all of them. Mad G, at this moment in time, is pressuring the Vicar. So the Vicar's day is about to get bad to worse because here comes Mad G now in a very quick Williams. But here comes Gogs in even quicker Aston Martin. He wants to have a look at Mad G's car, but it's not going to have any of it because Mad G is slotting his Williams in the best place possible. But here comes the Aston Martin, the Gogs, clipping the curb, right in the curbs there. Not even clipping, right in the curbs, hitting the curb on the outside. Just be careful of traction. As there was a big twist there for Gogs going out to the turn, but it doesn't look too dramatic. Halvor is starting to close it slowly now on Probelli, not gaining time too much, just keeping him honest. So at this moment in time, Halvor doing all he can to keep Probelli under pressure, and not to mention the fact it's going to try and push him into a massive mistake as he does like a 4-wheel drift there out of the final part of the S. It's very nice to see in a rally car, to say at least. As Halvor now in the green Sauber. By the way, did you see the green Sauber's Facebook, by the way, of them showing off their Las Vegas livery, which is the flames? Looks like a hot rod. And Gogs makes a good move there on Magina in the Deckners. Very, very good move there for Gogs. And now he's going to put pressure on the Vicar, who's going to brake very, very late. And how can he keep that controlled? Yes, he can. With a little touch from the back from the Vicar. So Gogs makes the move. Yes, it was very late, but in my opinion, that is very fair for Gogs. He did get the move stick, and it just happens the fact that he was there at that point. Very good work there for Gogs. He got a yellow flag on the track. It is Simo on the exit of the S's. She's not having a great time here in Japan at all. Here comes Machi now. He wants to keep it. Actually, have got a little fight up at the front, and now it's Halvor on the pressure of Probelli's car. Can he get this Sauber and get him past Probelli's Haas. He's going to use all the battery he can. It's got the slipstream of the Haas. Can he get onto the inside of the turn one? It's going to be quite close, but look at that. Probelli just about keeps in front of him. And not to mention the fact, holds the position. Doing very well there of his Haas to Probelli. Got a little bit out of shape there, is Halvor, but looks like he still gets the grip and the traction he needs to keep him under pressure. Would he go around the outside though? Because Daniel Ricciardo did this many times in the 2014 race. Remember that all those moves around the outside did very well.
Yeah, Sebastian Vettel and Daniel Ricciardo, one of the quickest of the circuit, other than Mercedes. But you can see that Mr. Wiggles is trying to get involved as well. Havlar, on the last lap, despite losing the car in the first set, managed to keep up and catch Probelli again. And here he is, super close to Dector 2, but thankfully is able to save it on the brakes there. And I noticed, well, Gogs from P18 to P10 did that overtake in the hairpin, where Kamui Kobayashi tried to. Mitchell Dia is all at the back of the RP2, putting them under massive pressure. This is a big fight for third place here. Havlar looking for another podium this season because he got his first win at the Austrian Grand Prix, a fantastic win. He was one of those drivers that didn't pick up a penalty, neither was Probelli, and that's why they won. That's why they won towards the Grand Prix, because the top three were fighting so hard. It brought back fourth, fifth, and sixth in contention, and that's why they took away the win towards the end as well. Havlar only picked up one win and one podium so far this season, which was at the Austrian Grand Prix. So can he get another podium here? But it's super difficult. We've seen so many attempts from the Sauber drivers try and get past the Haas, but he can't quite do it. Every time he does so, he tends to lose momentum, and he gets put into clutches of Mr. Wiggles, because once you get put out of momentum, it's so difficult to try and put yourself back in there. But look at this, out of the final corner, gets super close in the breakers, so Chris. Oh, he almost lost it. And here comes Mr. Wiggles now in the final corner, side by side. Mr. Wiggles then takes his opportunity and he puts himself into P4. Nice move there from Wiggles, just waiting for Havlar to make a mistake, which he did do. Havlar a bit too eager on the throttle. Now it's Mr. Wiggles' turn to try to overtake Probelli. Look at him going so wide in turn one and turn two. He did the exact same lap that Mr. Probelli and Havlar did too. They both picked themselves up a warning, I presume. And Gogs in P10 then looking for a move on the McLaren driver, or John Moves, as Redalps is in the pit lane to put on a brand new set of wet tyres, maybe the Inters, maybe a front wing change if he has sustained any damage. Let's see, is it the Inters? It is.
It is Inters. Wow, good big call there from Redalps there. Is he not having doubts, I wonder, going on to the Inters? Is he having doubts on the wet? Hopefully it's not going to be the case, but at this moment in time, it is Wiggles making that move on Halvor after Halvor make a massive error on the chicane, but how Mr. Wiggles got that beautiful move and gets him up into fourth place. The Mercedes are literally just checked out, 3.3 between the two. With another, Wiggles made a mistake. Mr. Wiggles has made a mistake on the exit, and that is a front wing damage. He'll have to go into the pit to get that change, but that is a big blow for Mr. Wiggles, and in terms of the championship as well. Surely that's him out of it unless there's a safety car, but that is a massive moment for Mr. Wiggles and a massive moment in the championship. As Mitch Deer now is all over the back of Halvor's Haas, but that looks like, to me, Mr. Wiggles out of it unless there's a massive moment for Probelli. This is a very, very big moment in the championship. Mitrandir trying to put pressure on the Haas of Halvor. Nothing to do about it. Have we got any closer fights? No, at this moment of time. That's the answer. So this right now is right now 0.1 for Probelli. Now Mr. Wiggles is out of it. Now's the chance. Now is the chance for Probelli to keep on track, and also just to keep it stable for his championship. How about that for a moment, Jamie? Poor old Mr. Wiggles, nothing his own doing. He just lost the car.
Yeah, unfortunately for him, I think that's where Carlos Sainz as well dropped it in that corner in 2022 when that tractor came out, and he's in the pit lane to change the wing. But I want to know how Vidals is doing on those Inters, because obviously this is our lab, so we can't get a real reference point to see what he's actually doing. But has he made the right call, or is it a bit too early there? I've noticed the tires are dropping, because I saw in the first sector, Mr. Wiggles was 4 tenths up, 5 tenths up in the first sector on the last lap alone. So it definitely suggests that the track is improving, but how quickly will it shift over to the intermediate tires? My car is ahead of Matt G. Matt G is ahead of the V car. Oh, V car's really struggling. Here comes Billy G trying to go around the outside. John Mobes is fighting with the Aston Martin Gogs. Gogs powers square the corner. P18 to P8. And Gogs puts himself into 8th place. As it stands so far, Oliver, as it stands so far. Oh, the McLaren spun
dear,
John
Mobes!
It locked the rear brakes up going in towards, I think it was, there's Mercedes to swap places. What's happened to those two? Mercedes to swap places. Stank is ahead. Oh, Chris, what happened to him? And now he's lost the lead of the Grand Prix. He's down into second place here. So it's all happening on this lap there, where people change positions. And Stank sets fast for the Grand Prix. What's happened to Chris? He had a 4-second gap over his teammate now. Or what was?
What? Yeah, exactly. What was that gap? What happened there to the Mercs? I don't know what was going on there, but I think what happened was Chris had a moment or something out of the turn, and it just all fell apart for him there. Unbelievable. So the Mercs are back to into close pretensions of each other. So that's going to be fun to watch. But here we go. Here's Doran on the back of Sofa Nico. This is for the battle for 6th place at the moment between the Aston Martin and the Red Bull. As the Red Bull holds on only just about with the Aston Martin. He gets a better drive than the Sofa Nico. Doran, very experienced driver. As you can see, the two Haas cars harassing the lone Salva Halvor. As Halvor holds on only just, not getting the traction he needs to get past the Haas. But the Haas holds on only just, and as Pirelli just keeps in formation. Look at that. Stank is absolutely flown away from his teammates. It's now 1.8 seconds between the two Mercs and another 3.3 between the Haas and the Mercedes. But the Haas does not give any notice about the Mercedes. He's just running his own race. To be honest with you, he's just comfortable. Very, very comfortable at the moment. So, and look at that Doran now fighting away with Sofa Nico, gets to drive out of Spoon. They're side by side going in towards the R130R. Sofa Nico just holds on with the ERS deployment. And now, this is between these two now for the battle for 6th. Doran holds on to the back of the Aston Martin, had a little look down the inside end to the chicane. Nothing he could do. Can he get the traction though? Out to the chicane. He does. Can he get the slipstream on the Aston Martin? He can do. Can he go into the inside of it before turn 1? That's another question. The answer is no. The Aston Martin just had enough ERS in him just to stick out of Doran.
And also, if you've not noticed, but second place man Chris has unfortunately picked up damage. That's why he's dropping backwards. That mistake he made wherever on the circuit, I presume, could have been at the exit. Where could it have been? Probably the exit of Spoon, and he probably just went in the wall. And unfortunately, that has a massive consequence now, because he's going to lose a lot of time towards his teammate. He struggled in the first sector where the most downforce is required, and now Pirelli will catch him too, because the gap was 4 seconds. That was 2.7, 2.9 as the gap keeps fluctuating. There's the pack, and look at that, the guys on the inters. That is Red Doubts, who has set the fast lap to Grand Prix on the intermediates. Could it be headed towards that stage? And let's find out, because Red Doubts is right behind Mr. Wiggles. Mr. Wiggles has pitted for a brand new set of wet compound tyres, but I think it's intermediates, because you can see not much standing water on the circuit. So I think Vidals has played the cards right here, and now he's going to put pressure on Mr. Wiggles, potentially get a big undercut on the guys ahead as well. Where was he before the pit stops? I'm not quite sure, but he was definitely running somewhere along the midfield there. But I think he played it right. Look at that. You can see Brass Monkey's really struggling in the wet tyres too, as Mr. Wiggles is trying to overtake him, but trying to keep Vidals behind as well. Can Vidals be the one to watch out for? Can he sneak himself inside the top 10? But Havlar is right behind Pirelli once again. This is round 3 between the two Ferrari power cars. Simmons retired in the pit lane, so no safety car to be deployed. But let's see, is anybody going to go on the inters? Yes, these two diving on the intermediate tyres. And let's see then, will that help though? Let's see, will it play into their hands? Because the two Mercedes have stayed out, of course. The two Mercedes don't want a double stack. I think these two are getting undercut on Chris, because they're not too far behind him. Plus, we'll have to change his wing as well.
So, Riedels has triggered the whole pit lane effect. Loads of cars are coming into the pits now. Halvor is come out behind Pirelli. Billy G is in there as well. So, I've got 3 more cars in the inters. So, that is Billy G holding on in the wet. So, we've got Pirelli, Halvor, Gogs is coming in for his inters. Prev 1, Mad G. So, right now, at this moment in time, John Mobes is and now as well, but Riedels has triggered the whole pit stop effective. Mercedes are still sticking out there. There's Simo's retired Ferrari. Unfortunate for her. And you can see John Mo's literally losing the car there in the S's, but that's no problems for him. He's now powering on. Now, let's have a look at Doran, because he's still stuck behind Sofa Nico. Is Mercedes going to respond now to the guys behind? Because now, if you look now, the Pirelli is 4.1 behind. Let's keep it on that guy, but see if it does close dramatically towards Billy G. It's now 3.9 now. It needs to close even faster than that. Look at Doran trying to keep that pressure on Sofinico, but Sofinico just been stubborn as anything else. He just wants to keep down Aston Martin ahead of the Red Bull as long as he possibly can. The gap is now 3.7. It's going down, but not as dramatic. But here we go. As Stank does come into the pits, and so does Chris Big Pro. The Mercedes are going to double stack into the pit stops. And as you can see, 2 more cars are going in. That's Doran and Sofinico. Mitra Diaz in. So the top 5 are coming. Where is Pabelli? Pabelli is now going into the chicane. Can he jump the Mercs towards the stops, or can he jump one of them? He's got the drive come out to the chicane. Can he jump one of the Mercs? He's now racing down towards him, and if he has got one of the Mercs, he has got Chris Big Pro. So Prebelli is now provisionally P2 because Billy G has not stopped. He's carried on the wet. Is that a bit of a bad mood there, Jamie, from Billy G? Shouldn't he come into the pits for the Inters?
For sure, because he's going to lose a lot of time towards the people he was fighting with, and when he makes that pit stop, he'll be drawn behind them more. So that undercut affects his words there to get past to get past Mercedes and Chris. Chris, he's lost a load of places. He's down at 8th place now, but we know his pace was fantastic in the first stint, pulled away from the rest of the field. So can Chris repeat that? It's a shame he made that big mistake into wherever he was in the third sector, second sector or middle sector. But I really hope that Chris can be up there because he deserves it with that great pace. But unfortunately, that one mistake just cost him. He's down to 8th place now, and here he is on the back of Doran. That double stack wasn't painful enough. That front mid change was definitely. Look at that. He's almost alongside him, but Doran goes out wide, gets a better exit, and keeps Chris at bay for the time being. Doran and Sofinico have been fighting so hard for the whole race, and Sofinico just somehow manages to stay front. I know that Doran's got some good downforce on the car because Sofinico on the straight just pulls away despite Doran being in the slipstream there. That's how Sofinico stays ahead. But let's see then, in the last 15 laps of the Grand Prix, has Chris got the pace to try and get back towards the guys? But the battle for second is coming now because Billy G is on the wet compound tyres. Can be much slower in comparison to the guys behind as well. So Cabelli needs a safe overtake. He can't afford to be caught up in Billy G's way. Billy G dives off to the pit lane, so he keeps him in second place with Havlaw on the right at the back of him. So Havlaw, can he finally overtake Pabelli? He's been trying to do that for the past 30 laps, and now we go on the straight again, but he doesn't have the straight line speed, doesn't have the battery, and Pabelli just holds on there to second place. But where can Havlaw overtake him? Well, Pabelli just defend for the rest of the race against him. But Stank is in a position to win the Grand Prix now in P1 if he doesn't make a mistake. And Chris, however, did not overtake Doran. He's actually 1 second away, now 8 tenths down. So he must have had a mistake out of the triumphant chicane there in the final 2 corners. But Chris, can he make his way up to the field? It's going to be a big ask to overtake in these wet conditions. Catching up is one thing, overtaking is another. But he did overtake his teammate and pull away. So let's see on the intermediates where the track is starting to get better and better with the light standard conditions, more bearable conditions as well, because these drivers won't suffer as much. The gap between him and Stank is about 11 seconds away, but he's too far behind to try and do that. So I think the best, where can he get up to? I don't know, probably about 4th or 5th if I'm optimistic about that. But first he's got to dispatch Doran, and next up is Sofinico, P5 and P6 there.
At this moment in time, it's right now Pabelli at the moment in, well, a very, very good position, almost a certainty to become a champion here in SFR Division 3, the very first season of Division 3's return here in Speed Force Racing. And as we got a yellow flag, who is that for? That's for Doran. Doran has made a mistake in Spoon, and that's a position gain there for Chris Big Pro. Now Chris Big Pro, sorry, I almost lost my words there, has now got another task in front of him. Is Sofinico. Sofinico's defending. It's been immense against Doran. Can Chris Big Pro get past that Aston Martin that Doran tried to for the best first part of this race, and he set the fastest lap, so he's going to show Sofinico what pace is, see what he can do. But at this moment in time, Sofinico is going to be stubborn, and he's going to hold that Aston Martin long enough to hold that Mercedes behind. But as the closest fight at the moment is these two, which Pabelli and Halvor and Mitrandir. These three have been stuck together like a piece of string, literally towing each other around the track. And as you can probably think, this fight is not going to end very well, because the thing is, Probelli wants to stay ahead of these two. Mitch Adair wants to make progress and get past Halvor for Haas to make a good result in the championship in the constructors fight. And look at that, it's Halvor been late on the brakes there. Oh, it's in the back of Probelli. Probelli holds on only just as we got an overtake there. Billy G overtakes the Vicar for 11th place there. So progress there for Billy G on the new intermediate tyres. Crispin Bro now on the back of the Aston Martin and so for Nico. This is for 5th place. Can he get past the Aston Martin? The Aston Martin has a better line through there, but he's got the drive. But Crispin Pro is going to keep him under pressure and see if we're going to take him. As we say that now, here comes the Haas of Mitra Deer. Mitra Deer trying to push past Halvor, but Halvor being stuck right there in front of Mitra Deer. As Halvor now, can he get that Sauber much more closer to the other Haas of Probelli? Probelli, no, they're going to stick a single file. And meanwhile, Chris Big Pro, can he get past Sophie Nico? The answer is no. I'll tell you what, the ERS stage from Division 3, it's been very, very good so far, to be fair, Jamie.
Yeah, it's much more easy to save EOS in the rain because you don't have full power to the whole of it as well. Plus, the EOS modes help that because you can turn it into medium or turn it into non, depends where you are on the track. So EOS is a lot easier to save this year because I know last game was a ball ache with saving EOS, especially tracks that have not got many braking zones as well. It's so hard to regenerate the battery, and once you use it all, you're going to be suffering for the whole race as well. But yeah, these guys just thinking about saving as much EOS as they can to try and use it on the straight, but unfortunately, they can't seem to get past. But you can see Havlar has stored up a lot of battery, tried to use that against him and try and put himself in second place. Havlar has driven a decent race so far. I think he started down in P6. Chris is finally ahead, but there's a contact, I think, and Savinico goes back around the outside. Chris has caught the corner. I think he went off the track there and overtook him, and Savinico went back around the outside. So Chris has gone from bad to worse, and now he's picked himself up a 10-second time penalty, which he will serve in the pit lane or towards the end of the race. Depends if he makes a stop or not. Depends if the drive conditions come in or not. But a big blow to Chris's race, all self-inflicted. I'm not quite sure what happened down there at the hairpin.
I didn't see it. Unfortunately, I tried to panic button it towards that fight, but unfortunately it happened. Oh, Halvor spun! Halvor spun! That is a massive blow for him. Stank is the fastest lap. But what happened was Halvor had his left rear tyre onto the grass. That spun him round. Complete driver error. And the Haas team are now 2 and 3. So Probelli has got another position. What a result that is.
And he can win the championship like this, according to Owen Mansell's maths. So Probelli is looking for his first world championship here at SFR, and let's see, can this man do it? I believe he's got more championships. Well, I haven't quite looked back at the results so far, but Probelli definitely deserves it as well. A fitted place around here in the land of the rising sun in the torrential rain. And Probelli and Michandier share the podium together as well for Haas, 2nd and 3rd. Michandier has struggled a bit this season. I noticed he's made a few mistakes in races, whether he's spun around and picked up penalties as well in the Grand Prix, so didn't have the pace in general, but today he definitely deserves to be there. Will he dare fight his teammate for 2nd place? Are the two Haas's working together? Is it a Haas team order? Or were they allowed the drivers to fight, but not fight too much to cost him a championship? But it's all played to the hands of Probelli because his championship rivals, one of them is in 7th place, the other is in P11 on the wet compound tyres, the other one is Mr. Wiggles. Both Alpines have had a shocker, and in terms of the Constructors' Championship, Haas will pull away monumentally against Alpine the championship too. So not been a good day for Alpine so far, as the rain is getting lighter and lighter. Is he going to stop raining in the next couple of laps? Will we see the soft compound tyres or mediums being introduced? But however, the two Haas's are so close now. Michandier is right at the back of his Haas teammate. How hard will he fight against him? How much does he want 2nd place? But here we are at the final corner. Will Michandier set himself up? Look at the launch Probelli has all the way around the outside. Just got the launch he needed. He pulled a few hundreds against Michandier as well. But I don't think Probelli and Michandier are catching first place Stank. Stank has got this in the bag, and hopefully for him, for his sake, he'll win this Grand Prix because he definitely deserved it at the Austrian Grand Prix, but things went a bit haywire with himself and Chris in that race. But here today, no mistakes from Stank, and he should be on course to win this Grand Prix if he doesn't make any mistakes or pick himself up any penalties or anything goes wrong at all. The V car is in the pit lane to get rid of those wet compound tyres to go on the inters, and he'll drop all the way to the back of the field.
We got a fight. That's Billy G on the inside of Preb 1 into turn 1, and Billy G gets the overtake done on Preb 1. The Red Bull goes up into 9th place, so that's a good work from in there. Gogs, he's going to be taking P7. It's got P7, well, P8 at the moment. Trying to cash down Doran, but he's 6.5 seconds behind, but he's going to be getting the overtake done very, very probably. Doran, Poro is getting, well, it's not. What's up?
Preb 1 has lost it again at the exit of Dunlop Corner, put it in the wall, and I think, yep, he's lost his end play. Oh, Preb 1, it's a shame. Both Saubers having problems there. Preb 1 was running a decent race considering where he started as well, down in P14 inside the top 10, but unfortunately he lost it. I thought I was up on with Havlaw, that's why I got so scared there, but Preb 1, oh, it's a shame for him. I'd really hope that... Oh yeah, his luck changes in the next few races. Does the Sauber driver? I know he's got the pace to do so, but in terms of consistency and overall, Maggi's ahead of Reedouts. He puts himself into 12th place, but no, Reedouts pulled the trigger. The first one to pit on the intermediates, maybe bites it back. Who's caused the yellow flag? Where is that? Let's have a look. Of course, it's Brass Monkeys, I think, at the exit of Dunlop. He's struggling out there, but gets going once again. Only with one retirement so far in this race, which is Simo. The woman who's commentating with me in Division 2 tomorrow. Simo, I was the one that gave her my setup, and I don't think she'll be happy with me after this Grand Prix. So yeah, sorry Simo, if it was down to my setup, maybe not the way you like it, but she did take it off time trial, and we know it's quite dangerous to take setups off time trial because it doesn't really have the balance of the car for race pace, only for one lap pace.
So, John Mobes is got into 10th now because Prep 1 is definitely coming to the pits for a wing change. What a frantic race here, Jamie. 18 laps gone, we're now into the final few stages. Maggi is now overtaken as well into P11. It's been a frantic race today as the main fight at this moment in time is between Chris Big Pro, Sofanico and Doran. This is the fight for 5th place as Doran goes a little bit deep there, but he'll get the drive he needs out of the turn. As you can see, the gap is coming down because of the drive. So what a frantic race today, Jamie. What a frantic race. As now, Mitradia, thanks for the awkward silence. So, here we go.
I mute myself.
That's alright. So, the house guys are now two tests between each other. This is Mitradia and Prebelli. I don't think they're going to fight, surely, because they're all lying astern. I think what they're trying to do is they're trying to catch out the Stank in P1, but they're trying to use each other as a tow road to try and cash down the Mercedes, but it's 4.4 seconds. I don't think they have the pace to cash that down unless something really dramatic happens to Stank up in the lead. So right now the Haas team are now just lying astern in formation, and they're going to be try and stay sensible to the end of the race. Right now, Gogs is still trying to catch down Doran, as Doran is still on the tail of Chris Big Pro in the Mercedes. We got Aston Martin, we got Mercedes, we got Red Bull in 5th, 6th and 7th as they are trading each other. And look at that, look how close Chris Big Pro is, very close to the Aston Martin on Sofa Nico. Towards the Degler corners now, they're going to stay line astern, but look at that 1/10 between the two cars. As look at Crispy Pros get another good drive out there, almost pushing the Aston Martin there. He's given in the hurry up. Can he be late on the brakes into the Kamiri corner? The answer to that is no, because Sofa Nico, but look at that, he's actually got the move done. Good move there for Chris Big Pro. He forced him out wide there and gives the Aston Martin his nose and put the whole car of the Merc into 5th place. Well done there to Chris Big Pro. Sofa Nico now has got his old best friend in Doran right behind him, and Doran, I'll tell you now, he's now going to be on the chomping blocks now to get past the Aston Martin. We got Redoubts having a bit of a spin there in turn 2, which is unfortunate for him there, but Doran wants to get past the Aston Martin as soon as he can, as the Aston Martin wants to get past the Mercedes as soon as he can. Right now, it's all close, but here we go. The Haas team are going to fight then. They're not going to be sensible. Here goes Mitchell down the inside, and they enter they touch. Propelli just went off the track, but nothing dramatic happened. My goodness, that would have been dramatic. Imagine that, losing the championship to your own teammate. My word, that was very lucky for Propelli.
Propelli don't care, and now he's dispatched his teammate. Has the Haas got the pace to try and catch him towards Stank? I know the last lap, the gap was like 5.6, and it went down to 4.0. I think Stank made a mistake on the last lap. Now the gap's gone up to 5 seconds. It was 4.0, now it's 4.9 right now. But now, Propelli's been overtaken by his teammate, and he's going to lose time towards him as well. Can Mitridia try and catch him towards the back of Stank, or is it a bit too late, or has he got the pace or not? I'm not quite sure. But Doran, he must be so frustrated being stuck behind Safinico. Safinico's driven a beautiful race in terms of defending and his overall positioning, but Doran just can't find a way past. It's just so difficult, and he's placed the car at the right time in the right place. Murphy says, calm down, Haas boys, no need to fight. Mansell says Doran needs to now be P6 to take it to next week. Doran's currently in P7 right now, and he will take P6 away because of that 10 second penalty. So I don't think Propelli will win the championship today, because Doran, it says, has to finish P6 to try and get the championship to next week, or continue the championship.
Did Mitridia there cost the championship that Pirelli really wanted to make his own ambitions to cash out to Stank? We don't know that yet, but we'll find out in the podium room where they come on to the chat and have a little podium interview. Controversy there between the Haas team, but I don't know what that was all about. I would have said take the championship and then focus on the drivers' championship and then focus on the constructors. But this is Haas for you. They made their own minds up. But here we go now. Doran still on the back of Sofinica's Aston Martin, who's driving an absolutely beautiful race, to say the least. He's never put a foot wrong at all. He's doing a superb job of defending away. Chris Big Pro now is now clear of these guys, and now trying to put the chase down to Halvor and the Sauber, which is pushing really hard. Actually, he's now 1.5 behind. 1.6 behind Halvor. So not doing too bad. It's the Mercedes. As Mitridia is 1.3 ahead of his teammate Propelli, so he's pushing hard. 4.1. That gap is coming down really quickly. So Mitridia is going to push really hard now to see if he can cash out to the lead. Maybe there's a change of the lead, a battle for the lead. Maybe towards the end of the race. Don't turn away just yet, folks. We might be coming in for a grandstand finish. But at this moment of time, poor Doran is still stuck behind Sofinico. But Sofinico does not care one bit what that Red Bull doing behind. He's focusing on what he's doing up front and see if he can follow the Mercedes lines. Good turn in there for Doran. He's really pushing hard there in the Red Bull. But look at that, Propelli is now back under a second of his teammate. These two are very, very close together. Once again, 4.0 is the gap now between first and second. This pushing really hard is Mitridia, but he is dragging Propelli along with him. Maybe it's a plan to try and drag Propelli closer to the lead. Maybe the championship may still be on, but maybe it can be the case. But he needs to get past Mitridia, or if Mitridia can pass Stank and push it into a mistake, Propelli can get second place after all. But Doran still stuck there behind the Aston Martin, almost pushing him through turn 2, but still nothing he can do there. But Jamie, how's this for a tactic from Haas? Can Mitridia get closer to the Mercedes?
Well, I think now, thinking about it in hindsight's a wonderful thing. Should Propelli let his teammate go early in the Grand Prix to catch Stank? Because he's only got 5 laps left to go in his Grand Prix. Catch is one thing, that's if he does catch. And if he does catch him, can he overtake him? Does he have the pace to do so? Can Stank defend that? He is catching down a rate at knots. But look at that Mitridia. 3.1 seconds is the gap now between him and Stank. So he's really gaining on that Mercedes in front. Should Propelli let him go earlier? But I've got another question for you as well. If Mitridia does not catch Stank, will he let his teammate Propelli go and let him win the championship? It all depends what Doran does as well. I don't think these drivers know. Like, it's wonderful to see from a commentator's point of view. Who's that who's made a mistake there? Is that an Alpine? Unfortunately, that's Mr. Rick, the V car, I think, who's made a mistake. But the gap is 2.8 seconds. Mitch Idea is going for his first win of the season. Can he get it? And if he does, what a fantastic drive from the Haasman indeed. Definitely deserves it after a few unlucky races this season. But the gap now is 2.5. Stank, who thought he had it his own way. The gap is 2.2. He's gained a rate of knots. He's leaving his team at Propelli behind as well. There is 4 laps left to go in this Grand Prix. There you can see the Mercedes in front with the Haas behind as well. So Mitch Idea is really good for it. Can he get that victory? Can he get his first win of the season? That'd be a good result there for Haas indeed. But Doran, oh my goodness me, I would be so mad right now if I was stuck behind the Aston Martin. He just can't find a way past in the corners or in the straights either. If Sofinico is placing his Aston Martin in the middle of the road, in the right place at the right time. Also, he's got the proper battery to try and stay ahead of Doran too. He gets so close, but yet so far, just can't find a way past the V-car. His championship is over, unfortunately, and he will lose major points towards Doran and his own teammate, Mr. Wiggles, as well. So that's his championship done and dusted for tonight. Thank you so much, V-Car, for giving us the good, entertaining battles in the championship team. You gave it all your best, but yeah, move on to next season, see what happens. All he could do now is try and go for race wins in the next few races. But the gap is 1.9 seconds, 2 seconds. It keeps fluctuating there. But Mitch Idea, whatever pace he had, I bet he wished like he got past Propelli straight away. Chris has got a 3-second time penalty again. That's a 13-second time penalty. He'll serve a 10-second after the Grand Prix. But Doran is so close right now, but he lost traction out of the hairpin and he falls backwards once again.
Well, I'll tell you what, Mitch Idea is absolutely flying out there in Suzuka. He is absolutely loving it around here so far. So right at this moment of time, it is Mitch Idea in the Haas, really putting the pressure on. We're only on lap 23 out of 27. He's still got time to really push hard and close down on that Mercedes. It's now 2.0. He gets a very good traction out to there. It's 1.9 now. It's so close between the two of them. Can Mitch Idea pull up a very good win here in Suzuka? Stank thought he had his own way. He thought he was comfortable. He thought he had it around the campfire with his marshmallows singing in the rain, but not by a fox hair, because right now Mitch Idea is really pushing hard. He's going to give Stank all sorts of pressure, but not to mention the fact as well, not to mention the fact, it's not just one Haas he's got to deal with, it's two, because Propelli is still there in the other Haas, putting the pressure on Stank. It's 1.1 and another between the two. It's 1.6 between Mitch Idea and Stank. Doran is still stuck behind the Sofinico's Aston Martin. He can probably read that Aramco branding for all he knows. He can probably read that sponsorship. Yep, that's it. What does that say, Doran? Yep, it says Valvoline. Yeah, you can definitely read that. So, right now, 1.4 now. This is going to be race on for the win, Jamie. I can see it happening right here, right now. This is going to be what? Two or last lap or 2 laps for the end. This is going to be fireworks now for the rest of this race. Is it going to be Propelli Championship to win though? Because right now Doran is right now provisionally P6.
It is indeed, but Propelli can sense that Stank has got some weaknesses, and Stank is starting to lose even more pace and time towards Mitch Idea, because Mitch Idea is super close. It's almost under that 1 second range of the slipstream, I will say, not DRS. Doran now still can't find a way past the Aston Martin, and he's been looking at the back of the Aston Martin, makes a big mistake. Is this his big chance? Going to go to the inside? No. Doesn't make the corner.
Under a second.
Sorry, but look at Mitch Idea. Mitch Idea is now under a second. It's him versus Stank. Stank goes a bit wide out to lose the rear end of that Mercedes, and this is going to be even more better for Mitch Idea. He knows he's struggling. This is a big chance for the Haasman to get his first win of the season, being stuck in the shadows of his own teammate, but here in Japan can finally rise to the top, and we'll see. Does he have the confidence? Does he have the grip to try and overtake him? Catching's one thing, but overtaking is another. Where can he do it? And Mad G is ahead of Bob Jones. Jones has made a big mistake in the hairpin, or in the chicane, sorry. Mr. Wiggles trying to go past, but he can't quite do it. The McLaren's fighting for traction again. Mr. Wiggles goes through. He's up until B11, but the main battle to look for is first and second. Look at the Haas right to the back of the Mercedes. He's got 3 laps to judge and anticipate where to overtake him. Lost a bit of time out the hairpin too. He went from 5 tenths to 9 tenths there, so Stank had better traction at the corner. But where can he do it? Where can he overtake? Or can the Mercedes hold off the threat from the 2 Haas behind?
It's all to play for lap 25 in the Suzuka Grand Prix. If you really enjoyed the race so far, Please like and subscribe and enjoy every single 3 days, Monday to Wednesday, 7:30 UK time. It's all to play for. We're on 700 subscribers. It's been a big day for SFR today, hitting the big 700. But this is right now the battle for the lead. Mitradia versus Stank. And look at that. He's got a better line there through the chicane. He's got a better trash out of the chicane. He's got the slipstream of the Mercedes. Is this going to be for the change for the lead? Here comes Mitradia now towards the inside of the Merc. He's got him on toes. He's got the inside line. And Mitradia is side by side with the Merc. He forces him off the track. And Mitradia gets the position done and dusted. Now, it's Haas leading the Grand Prix. Well, will he slow him down now for Probelli? Because don't forget, Probelli needs to be in P2 if he wants to win the championship. But at this moment in time, it's Mitradia going for his first ever win of the season. Brilliant work from Mitradia. What awesome pace he has in the wet here in Suzuka.
Indeed it has. What a fantastic drive from Mitradia, and I really hope he gets his first of the season after all his rotten luck in the past few races. But I've noticed something. The more Sofinico defends from Doran, the better chance Gogs has catching up as well. So could that be a pain in the ass there for Doran with the other Aston Martin catching and probably lose a place there? I'm not quite sure if Sofinico's thinking that or he's just thinking keep the Red Bull behind me at all times. Look at the ERS he has as well on the steering wheel of Aston Martin. He has 100% battery as well. Fantastic ERS management despite being under massive pressure from the Red Bull behind. But Gogs is definitely catching. He's about 2 seconds away. But let's see, can the Aston Martin back Duran into his teammate? But it might not be over yet, because look at Stank. He's right at the back of the Haas again. Can he make a move on the Haas going down towards the chicane? Or will it be down at turn 1? Or can the Haas defend from the Mercedes behind? We'll see then as we head down towards the final 2 corners we go. The Haas keeps it front of the Mercedes. The Mercedes will be looking away for the time being. He has no battery on the straight there. This is the final lap of the Grand Prix. Probelli is in third. Is there any way he could try and clinch second away?
Gogs is close to Doran. Gogs is close to Doran. It's now under a second between those two. Probelli goes a bit wider in turn 2, but at this moment it's like Gogs is close to Doran. It's around 1.2 seconds, but he is getting closer and closer to the Red Bull of Doran. But this moment of time, this battle for the lead still rages on. Stank has got one last chance to overtake Mitradia. It's either in. Actually, there's 2 chances technically because he got the hairpin turn. Look at that. Mitradia really wresting the car there through the deckers. And now, here we go towards the hairpin. I don't think he's close enough just yet. But look at Probelli. Probelli is all the way in the back of it as well. He's now 3 tenths behind. And this is so close between them. It can literally fit a blanket, a big massive blanket over these 3 cars. And now, look at that. Stanley gets a good drive out of the hairpin. Now we're going towards Spoon. Spoon now. Big entry point there for Staniek. This is brilliant work here from these drivers. Mitradia still holding on. Now it's down the final push down. Bit Magic gets past Billy G. Gogs is very, very close to Doran, but we're just switching this fight now because here comes Staniek. This is the last lap of the Grand Prix. He's hitting on the ERS now. Will he go break it late? He's going to have a Dunny inside. Mitradia holds his line through the final couple of corners. Mitradia now. Here he goes now towards the line. It's going to be Mitradia taking his first win of the season with Staniek in second, Probelli in third. What about this lot here with Doran and Gogs and Sofinico? Sofinico with the brilliant defensive drive, and now with Doran holds off Gogs, but well done to Sofinico with the brilliant defensive drive. Doran will take P6 with Sofinico in 5th, Gogs in 7th, Chris Big Pro will take 8th, Mad G will take 9th, and Billy G will take 10th. Mr. Wiggles, it will be in P11, but will he get past Billy G? He's got to have a massive run into him through 130R. No, is the answer. Can he get towards the inside of the next turn? He can. He's going for a big lunge in the inside. Forces the Red Bull towards, and look, that's going around the outside. Oh, what a move that was from Mr. Wiggles. Brilliant move from him. He'll take P10 away from Billy G. What a brilliant overtake that was. John Mose will take P12. Preb 1 will take 13th, and Silver Fox will take 14th. Brad's Monkeys 15th, Red Doubts P16. My driver of the day will be Sofa Nico with its absolute brilliant defending throughout the entire race. Yes, Mitchell Deere won the race, but my driver of the day will go to Sofa Nico. What a brilliant defensive drive from him. And I'll tell you now, in terms of the championship, it's going to rumble on to the next race in, I think it's Vegas, I believe. I think it's Vegas. But, wow. Yeah. I think it is, believe it's Vegas. But well done to Mitchell Deere. Well done to him. And Sofa Nico, shout out to you, mate. What a defensive drive you did in that Aston Martin. That was incredible.
Incredible stuff indeed to manage the pressure throughout the whole race in those tricky conditions, and also probably helping his teammate too try and get Gogs closer towards him and finishing 5th and 6th because Chris had a 10-second penalty. But yeah, what a race that was. Very happy for Mitchell Deere to get his win here in Japan as well, in difficult conditions. Dispatched his teammate but barely, despite having a championship battle in the hands. He didn't care. I'm going to go for it, he says. Now I've got the pace to try and catch Stank. He did, and he overtook his Norwegian Cup hatchet to finish in first place after a fantastic drive as well. Finally gets his first win of the season. Been a long time coming too. And Gogs from P18 to P7. Great drive from him. He was super close to the back of Doran. Do you know what? On the last lap, I was keeping out of the top 3. And I was also flicking through 5th and 6th and 7th. I kept flicking from 1st, 2nd, 3rd, all the way down to 5th, 6th and 7th to see what happened. And I saw plenty of things happen there because I thought Doran had a big chance to get him, but he just didn't. Defended in the right time in the right place and kept his cool as well, defending against Doran. Doran should have been a bit more aggressive, should he have forced a lunge up the inside, or was he being a bit too cautious there, trying not to make contact at the back of Svinico. But however, we'll see then. He probably just needs one more point to try and win the championship here tonight. He don't care about that. He knows he's got it in the bag. All he needs to do now is to bring it home in Las Vegas to win the championship, where Max Verstappen is also could win the championship there too.
Wow, unbelievable. I don't think we'll get any interviews tonight from the drivers. Mitchell Deere has left the session, so I don't know if we're going to be hearing from him tonight. But I think he's probably very happy with his victory. But wow, what a drive from all the guys out there in tricky conditions as well. That was unbelievable. What a race that was. And I'll tell you now, if that's not going to get you excited for Vegas, I don't know what will. Not to mention the fact as well, it got the main Las Vegas Grand Prix coming up as well. Max Verstappen is got that one hand on the championship already. Can he get that all-inclusive second hand and lift the championship trophy towards the end of the season? I think it's most likely it's going to be a certainty unless he has a massive retirement or something in that race. But wow. I'll tell you what, Jamie, good race. Very, very good race tonight. And I hope you have fun in Division 2, my man, with Simo.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to Division 2. We saw a fantastic race there last week at the Austrian Grand Prix. Fantastic battles as well. I'm very glad to have the privilege to commentate for Division 2 and Division 1. They're all my boys, and yeah, fantastic drive from the guys in Division 2 as well. So it's very spicy because we've got Mansell versus Burmeister. The gap, if it's been updated, which it has, the gap between Burmeister and Mansell is 7 points. Burmeister is not going to race, I think, in Japan. So it's down to Mansell to extend the championship lead. Mansell, I'm going to be honest with you, I thought Burmeister would have the championship this season with his pace so far, but you got to be in it to win it, and Mansell has been there to win it. And he's picked up the pieces after other people's misfortune as well. So Mansell, how he's going to handle the Japanese Grand Prix. Also with Adams too. Adams retired at the Austrian Grand Prix. He lost him a whole bunch of points. It lost him second towards Mansell because Adams fired back. We know Adams is a very strong driver. Klusler as well. He's another driver there who hasn't picked up a win. Only one podium this season. But Klusler is super close as well in the championship. So watch out for him in the Red Bull as well. Where can he go? Maybe second or third, I'm not quite sure. But Jordan's back for Division 2 tomorrow between me and Libby Simmons to commentate, and me and Owen Mansell for Division 1 for the Japanese Grand Prix. Thank you so much, Oliver. It's been a pleasure to have your company again. This time, you as main comms and me as co-comms.
I'll tell you what, I've really got to say big congratulations to SFI in general. The big 700 tonight. What an unbelievable achievement that is for the league. And hopefully it does continue on to the next milestone, 800 subscribers in the next load of months. But thank you guys for watching once again. I hope you enjoyed the rest of your night, and we'll see you tomorrow for Division 2, 7:30 on Tuesday evening, UK time. from all of us here at SFR, it's goodbye.